Hi, my name is Ben and I'm a talent specialist here at Astute Technical Recruitment. I served in the Royal Navy for 13 years as a communications specialist and commissioned as a warfare officer. I wanted to share with you today my top 3 tips for leaving the armed forces and joining the civilian sector. 1. Understanding your worth within the market. 2. Understanding your transferable skills from the armed forces to the civilian sector. And 3. Researching the market. So my first tip is to know and understand your worth. And what I mean by this is I see time and time again people leaving the forces and gaining roles with salaries that are the same or slightly more than what they're on now. What we're saying is that with your transferable skills, you have management qualifications, you have management traits that the average civilian does not have. And so taking a role that is a lot higher in salary than what you're on sounds scary at first, but you should be applying for the roles that fit your roles and responsibilities at your level. So number 2 is realising the transferable skills that you got from the armed forces to the civilian sector. So there's something to be said about military personnel turning up at the right time in the right rig, and that's something that is really utilised and seen as a strong benefit to the civilian sector. Another transferable skills is the leadership qualities that are built within the armed forces personnel, the leadership courses that you've been on, the way that you can manage your time and people around you. And finally, it's the adaptability of the armed forces personnel. No matter what the problem is, what the circumstances is, they always achieve the aim at the end of the day. And my third and final tip is to research the market, and that's what we're here for. We can help you know your worth, and we can help you know your transferable skills from the armed forces into the civilian sector. We can help you with finding roles in your area, within the engineering sector, within the power sector. We can also help you with CVs and understanding what is a good CV and how to better stand out from the crowd. And I myself, having just left the service, I understand the apprehension that you may have, I understand the nervousness around leaving, and I understand leaving that stability of the armed forces that has been there for such a long time for you. The company and I are here to help you in any way that we can and help you transition from the armed forces into the civilian sector. I've put together a blog discussing how I found my transition from military life into the civilian sector and becoming a recruiter. I'm also talking about my previous experiences and how I found the transition into civilian life. If you click in the link in the comments below, that'll take you to the site. Likewise, if what I've said resonates with you and you are someone leaving the forces and looking to move into the civilian sector, then connect with me on LinkedIn and we can discuss further.